Hey everybody, this is Doug with Artfully Rogue. So a few months back, I finally landed this big sculptural type project. And in order for it to go smoothly, I knew that I needed to invest in a CNC plasma cutting machine. So I had this idea. In order for this idea to work, we need to go talk to the marketing department. Hey, what's going on? Are you busy? Yeah, as a matter of fact, I am. I'm like really busy. Great. Okay, so here's what I need. I need you to reach out to all of the big CNC plasma cutting machine companies and send them an email and let them know that I'm a YouTuber and ask them if they want to partner with me, and maybe they'll give us like some free CNC machine stuff. One of the things to consider is size. I don't want to get like a big 4x8 CNC because one, that's going to be like really greedy. And two, I just don't want to take up that much space in the shop. Got it?
You got it, boss.
Okay, cool. Let me know when you hear something. We'll see you. Okay, so now we wait. Hey, anything yet?
Nope, nothing yet.
Hey, anything yet?
Still nothing.
Anything?
Listen, you might want to try Plan B.
There are tons of YouTubers out there asking for free stuff. You're just another knucklehead asking for free stuff. So you might want to think about doing this on your own. Yeah, you're probably right. Plan B. So Plan A didn't go as planned. I didn't receive a single email reply back from any of the emails that I sent out. That's okay. I'm sure they're inundated. I'm sure they've got a lot of people asking for a lot of stuff. I am just one more YouTuber out there doing the exact same thing. I still have a project and I still need a CNC. Let's get over to research and development and let's get them researching CNC plasma machines. Hey, what up, dude? All right, so I got a new priority project that we got to get on.
Dude, I'm a little busy here. I'm doing research and development type stuff.
Just listen, grab a pen and paper, write these things down.
Okay, all right. Let's see here. Okay. Shoot.
I need you to research all of the CNC plasma cutting machines. Wait, all of the affordable CNC plasma cutting machines. If you've had a chance to talk to the marketing department, I don't even know if you guys talk here in the office, but I don't want something that's like a big 4x8 machine taking up the shop. Maybe like a 4x4, maybe even something a little bit smaller. But budget is also a factor, all right? I don't want this to cost me an arm and a leg. Got it?
Okay.
So basically, I need a machine that has a small footprint, is affordable, and has good customer service. Check that out for me.
Got it. I'll get to work on it right now.
Hey boss, here you go.
Okay, thanks.
I think that guy's gonna get employee of the month. He's a little bit of a brown noser though. All right, so here's what we found on the internet. It was a pretty exhaustive research, but what we did is we went through and typed in affordable CNC plasma machines. Now, we reached out to a couple of companies because they requested a quote as opposed to having a price on their website, which I found to be a little inconvenient. But here's that list. Torchmate 4400, which is a 4x4, Go Torch, which is a 2x2, Crossfire, which is a 2x2, STV CNC, which is a 4x4, Bailey, which is a 2x2, Lone Star Cutting Solutions, which is a 4x4, and Arc Light Dynamics, which is a 2x2. Now, as I mentioned, budget was one of my constraints. I didn't want to spend an over-the-top amount for a small machine that I'm only going to use on occasions. And boom, through video magic, here are all the prices of all those plasma cutting tables. Now keep in mind, these are just the tables. Some of these include software, some of these include torch height controllers. There's various options that are coming with these prices, but in none of these prices does it actually include the plasma cutting machine itself. So for me, this was actually going to be a pretty simple process. I'm going to knock out all of the tables that cost $5,000 and over. So that actually leaves me with the Crossfire and the Go Torch. So budget was actually a huge eliminator there. I'm going to look at the Go Torch and I'm going to look at the Crossfire. They're both 2x2 tables, and I'm going to see what is the best value for my money? Another important factor when choosing a machine is why you're going to use it. Now, for me personally, I'm going to be using this more for artistic purposes. I don't have to be that precise. I don't have pieces going inside of cars or in motorcycles or anything that's going to be life-threatening. I also don't do things in a multiple standpoint. I'm not doing hundreds of pieces. I'm not manufacturing. Most of the things that I plan to be doing on the CNC are all artistic, things that are going to have some flexibility when I use them. So that's a big factor for me when I choose the machine. You're going to have to decide why you need it. In addition to purchasing the CNC table, that's going to come with the motors, that's going to come with the rails, that's going to come with the majority of what you need. But you're still going to need more in order to make this operate properly. Air compressor is a big one. Once you decide the type of machine you're going to use, that's going to determine the size air compressor you need. Now, I know that I need a 60-gallon air compressor. That tacks on about another $500–600 right there. And to run that compressor, you're going to need power. I had to run a 220 line just for the compressor. That can cost you also. And while we're talking about power requirements, when you get your plasma cutting machine itself, you're going to need a power supply for it as well. Now, the machine that I chose is selectable, which means it can go 110 or 220. But 220 is more efficient. So if you can, definitely go 220. Okay, as you can see, I went with the Crossfire. Now, let's look at the comparison between the Go Torch and the Crossfire, and I'll show you why I chose this one. Okay, so the Go Torch and the Crossfire both have 2 foot by 2 foot tables. Their cutting space is fairly similar. So the Go Torch is a 24.5, and that's on the X and the Y. And then the Crossfire has a 25.3 and a 23.3. Now, I kind of like the option of having to go a little bit longer in one side, but that's just me. On the Go Torch, using Design Edge, and the Crossfire uses Mach 3 and Fusion 360. Personally, because I've had a CNC before, I'm familiar with Mach 3. I can learn Fusion 360. I've never heard of Design Edge. The other factor here is Go Torch is an X, Y, Z axis, whereas the Crossfire is only X, Y. What that means is the Z axis is what controls the up and down movement of the torch. Now, I'm fine setting that height myself because the table is so small. I don't believe I'll need to worry about having the capability of a Z axis. Regardless of whether I got the Go Torch or the Crossfire, I need a plasma machine, I'll need a compressor, I'll need to install 220 service, and I want a water tray to cut down on some of the smoke. As you can see, the price for the Go Torch, $5,395, and the Crossfire, $2,899. Big difference. Now on the Crossfire, I bundled, which means the plasma and the water tray was included in the price. So here is the kicker. Here's what helped me decide. My buddy Chad over at Mancrafting has one of these tables, and because he had one before I did, he is now an affiliate with Langmuir Systems, and I was able to use a code that he has to get $100 off that $2,899 figure. So it dropped the price even less. And another buddy, Jason at Interactive Realm, I actually went over to his house because he bought one as well. And I was able to help him put the thing together. So I had an idea about what to expect from the machine. So for me, going with the Crossfire was kind of an easy decision. I know people that have this machine and they seem to be happy with it. The price works, the size works, so I went with the Crossfire. But the most important question, now that I have the Crossfire, how does it actually cut? Well, check this out. This is the very first piece that I cut with the Crossfire. It's not a small little plate that Crossfire might have you do to try for the first time. I went ahead and cut one of the pieces that I need for that sculptural project I was talking about. As far as I'm concerned, it cut it to size, it cut it clean, I'm happy. Now obviously if you get the Crossfire but you get a different plasma cutter, then you may have to make some adjustments to your machine and to your compressor as far as how it's going to cut different types of materials. But that's something that you can play with. So when it comes right down to it, for me personally, the Crossfire fits my budget, it fits the space in which I want it to go in the shop, and customer service, well, it's pretty helpful. The videos on YouTube show you how to put the machine together. They're very clear. And you can also go onto their website to learn how to work Fusion 360 and Mach 3. They're going to take you right through the entire process. And if you have any problems, you can reach out, put a ticket in, and someone contacts you back. That's what I wanted, good customer service. So this is just one of the other pieces that I cut out. For me, I'm real happy. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video. I hope you got something out of it. If you have questions, please leave those down in the comments below. I'd like to give a huge shout out to my Patreon supporters, Barry and Marlene Rush, Judy Clothier, and of course, Funkiss Artistic Creations. We'll see you in the next video.